Well, hey everybody, it's been a minute. Sorry about that. I think we're just gonna start every video off with, sorry, it's been a minute, because it's been a minute. I think the last video I made was November, when I did the helmet comparison. Not really the comparison, but the, why you should have two different off-road helmets. But anyway, yeah, it's been a minute since we posted any content. My apologies for that. Holidays, we had New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all in there. I had family visiting in and out during that time, and so I kind of wanted to spend time with them, focus on my family, shut it down a little bit, and recharge the batteries. Not to mention, I had to create a new space. The backyard has been great. It's really nice out there. It's beautiful, and it provides a good backdrop, I feel like, but it's noisy. I live next to a busy street, and it really made getting quality audio just an absolute nightmare. Not to mention my neighbor, I'm pretty sure he's either retired or he works from home, but he spends a ton of time in his backyard. So that made it really awkward because he could hear everything I was doing. He could hear everything I was saying. I could hear everything he was doing. So yeah, it wasn't ideal. So the garage made the most sense, but in order to do that, I had to take some time and finish unpacking. Most of you guys know that we relocated from Utah, and we've been living out of boxes pretty much since the beginning of September. So I had to unpack and organize the house so I could organize the garage and build the space. But here we are, sitting at a real desk. I have a real backdrop behind me, courtesy of my wonderful, wonderful lady. She made that for the space. Yeah, it's a nice place to spend time. It's not too hot in here, at least not yet. It's February, so we'll see. Today's video, we're going to talk about backpacks. Specifically, why I like to carry a backpack, and how much, what I put in the backpack. And I don't carry a lot in the backpack. My backpack is really just meant to complement the luggage system, which there's been some changes there also. We've moved on from the Moto Reckless 80. I've had the 40 and I've had the 80. You guys saw in my loadout video, which really appreciate. That one's kind of blown up. And yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for the support on that video. It's done really well. But I moved on from that one. I had zero complaints whatsoever about it. It's just that it was way overkill. And I said as much in that video. So we've moved on to something else. And if you want to see what that is, then you're going to have to stay tuned for an upcoming video. I think we're probably going to do one, either the next video or the next one after that. So hopefully next week, I'm going to say hopefully next week, because I have family coming back to visit. So we'll see, but it's coming. So backpacks. I carry two different backpacks depending on how long I'm going to be gone for and how far away I'm going. If I'm just going for a day trip or a weekend trip and I'm not going too far and I don't need to carry too much, then my Moto Wildcat 12 is my go-to. It's super comfy. It's got a 3-liter water bladder inside, although a lot of times I just put that in the jacket. My Alpine Stars Enduro jacket actually has a pouch in the back for a water bladder. So most of the time that's where the water goes. But when I don't feel like doing that, it goes in the backpack. I'm not gonna go over the backpack itself because there's a lot of great videos out there already specifically talking about the backpack. But we'll just go what I have in it. It's not much. So I carry some spare goggle lenses, some clear goggles for my Alpine Stars goggles. And this is a big one. This is a super big one. And I'm gonna preface this next thing with, you do you, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what you should carry in terms of first aid. Carry what you're comfortable with, but carry something. And not just like a boo-boo kit, right? Like those Walmart store-bought first aid kits, that's not first aid. Like cuts and scrapes and bee stings and whatever. Like that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about actual trauma, right? Treating real trauma. I don't carry much because I don't spend a lot of time training it. However, having a good tourniquet is like #1 on my list. I have one in the backpack, I keep one in the bike, and I keep one in the jacket. And on top of that, every one of our vehicles has a tourniquet. Because if you have some serious bleeding, as long as it's not like, you know, your torso, like a thoracic bleed, then tourniquet's gonna be like your #1 best bet to stop it. I carry some gauze and some medical tape, and that's pretty much it. Power bank, because sometimes I need to charge a cell phone, sometimes I need to recharge the GoPro. Yeah, and so having a power bank, this is a cheap Amazon power bank. You guys saw that actually in the loadout video. It was in that video. I carry a small little like utility, like camp knife, in case I need to like process some wood to make a fire. That weighs nothing. I mean like nothing. What else? A fire starter, just a little like ferro rod, striker, fire starter. What else we got in here? An extra cord. What else? I haven't gone through this for a minute. Zip ties. There's a bundle of zip ties. You never know when you're gonna need zip ties. Zip ties can like literally fix almost everything. Almost everything. Spare pieces for one of my helmets. An emergency blanket in case I get really cold. What else? I carry some empty, just Ziploc bags in case I need to like seal something up, or, you know, I've got garbage or, you know, whatever. I carry a lightweight Leatherman multi-tool, because multi-tool. What else? That's it for that. Like I said, I don't carry much. I don't like having a lot of weight on my back. I've got a couple of kind of wonky back injuries that make carrying a heavy backpack a bit dodgy, so I don't carry a lot of stuff on my back. I try not to. Some lens cleaner, that's good for the cameras, that's good for the GoPro. I just said that. It's good for the GoPro cameras. It's good for the windscreen on the bike. It's good for my sunglasses. It's good for my goggles. And a microfiber. Gotta have a microfiber. Oh look, there's another charging cord. Microfiber towel so that you don't scratch things. And what else do we have here? Oh, I forgot that was in there. Just a little USB guy. Hand sanitizer, because sometimes you can't always wash your hands. And GoPro mount, just a couple of stick-on GoPro mounts. And a pair of old, very worn out Oakley sunglasses. I don't always want to wear my goggles, even with my motocross helmet. If I'm just like going through my campsite, or I'm, you know, just running down to the gas station after setting up camp or whatever, I'll just throw my sunglasses on in my helmet. Or if I'm wearing my ADV helmet and I need more sun protection than what the actual visor will give me, then yeah, sunglasses. These are some very old, very scratched, very worn out Oakley sunglasses. And that way, if I lose them, like, I don't care. They've served their purpose many times over, and they owe me nothing. That's it. That is literally it. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, in this main pocket. At least I don't think so. Maybe it might be. Yeah, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, there's an Amazon dry bag, roll-up dry bag, in case I need to put the cameras in the backpack and it's raining or something like that. I have a way to keep them dry, but there's nothing in here. That's it. I leave this open for my water bladder if I end up using it in the backpack. Maybe I'll pack clothes in here if I need to, but I like to keep this area open because you never know when you have to, like, in a panic, just shove crap in there. So I like having an open space. If I'm going out for longer, talking a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, and I know I need to carry more stuff, you know, again, like, I don't like carrying a bunch of stuff on my back if I don't have to, but if I have to, then my Kriega Trail 18 is the one that I reach for. I'm not gonna go into like the features of the backpack because there's other videos out there on the backpack itself. But what I can tell you is, so like with Moto, there's a couple of things with Moto that I think they do really well, and there's some things that I personally don't particularly care for. I still buy their stuff because it fits a specific purpose, right? But like my trail or my Wildcat, their backpacks and their tank bags, for the most part, they are like divided spaces. So like my Wildcat's a 12-liter bag, but there isn't one single pouch that I can just like shove a bunch of stuff into, other than like the main pouch. But that's where my water bladder is likely to live, which takes up most of that spot, right? The other two spaces, there's like a beaver tail and there's like a waterproof pouch inside that beaver tail, like I just showed you. So I can't just like shove a bunch of shit in there if I need to. And on top of that, it's not waterproof. Like, I don't understand, and I'm probably not alone here, but for what the product costs, okay, and like, I'm not complaining about the price necessarily, because it is a great backpack. Their tank bags, this goes for their tank bags too. But like, for what I paid for the backpack, and I would pay it 10 times over, like I love the backpack, but for what I paid for the backpack, it should be waterproof. Like I shouldn't have to buy another $30 rain cover for the backpack. Like I shouldn't have to do that. So anyway, I digress. The Kriega is like super waterproof. It's got 2 waterproof roll top dry bags inside of it. And then like the main compartment that's not roll top is surprisingly waterproof. So like if I need to shove a sleeping bag and my sleeping pad and a pillow in there, I can do that. If I got a packet full of clothes and put some food in there, I can do that. If I got to put my camera stuff in there and a jacket and like all this other crap, I can do that. If I have to overload my backpack, like if that's just like the reality of that particular trip, or let's say I get caught in bad weather and I need to like put some stuff in there, like to get it out of my actual luggage, or let's say I stop somewhere and I'm like, oh crap, I need to buy some stuff, I can put it in my backpack. There's so much room. And even though, right, like 18 liters versus 12, it doesn't seem like that much. Like 6 liters more, you wouldn't think it'd be that much. But it's not so much about how much bigger it is.
That's what she said.
But it's more about like how you actually use the space, right? So like I said, you know, Moscow likes the dividers. Kriega, man, it's literally just like a catch-all. Just shove it in there, roll it up, and it's waterproof. Now, I will say this also, the main compartment that's not roll top inadvertently got tested last March during a trip to Moab. On the way back, I got caught in a really bad storm, pretty much within the first 30 minutes of a 4.5-hour ride. And it rained and snowed off and on. Well, it was either raining or snowing. It never stopped doing one of the other the entire time. Like 4 hours of that 4.5-hour trip, it was either raining or snowing. And it was cold, it was wet, and I thought for sure the stuff that I had put in that pouch would get soaked, and it didn't. Everything in that pouch was bone dry. Blew my mind. Kriega for waterproofness and just overall like ease of use. Yep, the Trail 18 is the way to go. The Wildcat, if I'm going minimal and I just need to carry some basic first aid and maybe a couple of snacks and some water, then the Trail or the Wildcat is baller. I think that's it. I just used the word baller in a video, and I never thought I would see the day where that would happen. This video was even just supposed to be a test of a new space. And the lighting and the audio, there's still some echo in here, but it's not bad. We can make do. But I'm gonna post this anyway. So yeah, thanks for the support, all the views, all the likes. It's awesome, all the feedback. I really appreciate it. Do more of that, please, because I would like to feed my family one day through the videos I put out on YouTube, and I can only do that with your help. So push all the buttons and keep it upright. We'll see you next time.